Hello, beautiful Gemini. It's Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your March 2018 Soul Tarot reading. I'm astounded that it's March already, so for all the returning viewers, welcome back. As always, I have a really wonderful reading queued up for you. One announcement this month, my website is up. I'm so grateful. There's a person in the background who has volunteered their time to create this website, and I certainly couldn't have done it in the fabulous fashion that it exists without that person. So just a shout out, that person asked to remain nameless, so I'm respecting that. The website is just like my YouTube channel, name-wise, Moonrise Cottage SoulTarot.com. It will be listed in the information box below the video. All readings will be booked from there going forward. You'll be able to go to the website, look at all the different offerings in a much easier fashion. You will be able to click your choice. It'll take you to my calendar. You'll be able to book your own reading based on the times available and what works for you. So it'll be a great streamlined experience now. The other thing that is happening with the website is that you'll get a confirmation email when you make your reservation, and the day before your reading, you're going to get a reminder. I also get a reminder. It's just functionally, it's awesome. I'm very thrilled. So let's jump in. Pardon me, I've just got to switch software a little bit. That's better. So I'm changing it up this month. Those of you who I've been following along know that it's still relatively a new journey for me. I'm learning all kinds of things about software and streaming and things I don't have any knowledge base of. So given the way the readings were coming out in the end of 2017 and the beginning of January, I was getting an internal nudge. I'm going to change how I do the readings a little bit. I'm still going to go through the cards. I'm going to reference visually for you the reading from the prior month so that we can tie them together. Spirit really wants them to be tied together foundationally is what's coming through in the months going forward into 2018 because of the type of journey. So what's coming through about that is that it's going to be much more connected to the spirit realm. Last year, it was about you going through your process. And this year, the process is about your connection to spirit in a way that is deepening and becoming more apparent. So I'm going to jump into the cards and we'll begin. Let me just toggle over. There we go. All right. That is the reading for February. In February, you were being taken on a particular type of journey. There was a shamanistic spirit saying prospect to the journey. The first card out is the second card from the right in the middle row. That card is about having a foundation. It's very closely related to the outcome card, which is the last card in the middle row, the King of Battle. The King of Battle created a sacred hut for people to enter in order to become students and to further their knowledge. And so Spirit was talking about that with you last month. It's very interesting to me. So there was a beautiful energy that was winding through the reading, continuing, and Spirit saying, bringing you into a state of completion that is now going to be built upon in the month of March, preparing you for the 2018 journey. So we see notations on the bottom row, which is the human walk, of your energy being mingled by the sacred alchemist, the first card. The next card is another notation of your continuation to emerge. Having your energy mingled, knowing that as you walk through your human walk, you walk in a way that has been transformed. The final card there is the beautiful goddess Bo-Ann. She is the initiation of the river. Her life was a very sacred event, and eventually, if you see her garment, it flows, and she literally turned into the river where many of the sacred passage tombs exist along the river Boyne. It's a beautiful notion. And if you look above her, we see the spirit message for this reading. It's all about the flow of the connection between you and the sacred realm. And above that, the beautiful Queen of Battle, whose job it is to guide you on that journey. It's a beautiful array of cards. So the energy is clearly moving, the outcome being the King of Battle, who was transformed on his own journey. And he had to regain a part of himself in order to be most deeply in his sacred power. Last month, as the outcome card, it was a very deep message because it was occurring on the day of the second full moon of the month. The reading came out the very last day of January, and Spirit was talking about the type of energy that flows through you and how it creates the journey that you're on. So the King of Battle had to go through a mystical process. He lost his power because he lost his hand in a battle. It was severed. One of his devotees crafted a silver hand. He was able to return to the throne, and then through a mystical journey that had everything to do with shift and change and healing, he regrew his human hand. So basically, Spirit was telling you, again, look at the center row of cards from the left to the right. Definitely going through a portal, a death process in order to bring a new foundation. That beautiful woman standing in white is the foundation of knowledge. And next to that, the Spirit card that came out first, the foundation of art. So quite a transition happening for you. And we see the outcome, the King of Battle, hearkening to the process that is happening this month in March. So I'm going to transition over and show you the cards for March. Look at that. So again, the King of Battle rounded out the month and gave, Spirit's telling me it was a little bit of a prophecy for you for the month of March, because he had to regrow his hand. So he had to regain some part of himself. And the very first card, the Spirit message card that has come out in the month of March, is the Dreamer of Growth. Look at that. I love it. Rooted deep into the universe, deep into your own ability to travel successfully back and forth between the realms. In the traditional tarot, this is the Star card. It's about manifesting. It's about bringing forward your ability to regrow your connection. Okay, Spirit's talking about the connection that we see between the two heads. It's a beautiful message. There's a lot transpiring. You have, this is about your destiny, of course, and you have a lot of power, a lot of information at your fingertips. This is about genius. This is about dreams and visions and the ability to manifest based on your connection to the spirit realm. And what you are manifesting is yourself. And that's why Spirit always says, you are your purpose. Don't ever doubt. So let's toggle back to the cards and take a look. So sitting next to the Dreamer of Growth, we see the beautiful Counselor of Truth. That is another major arcana card. It's a very powerful moment. There's an enormous amount of energy here for you in the month of March because as you, okay, teaser ad, right? The outcome card is the Imaginer of Harmony. I'm really excited already to see what's going to come in April. But check it out. This is March. Okay, look at that. The Dreamer of Growth and the Counselor of Truth stand aligned in a very powerful way. There's a lot of mystical energy swirling around your being. So this is the aspect in which you stand under the light of the notion, the spiritual notion, the spirit guide of the Dreamer of Growth. Dreaming about growing back your hand as a metaphor. And here we see this gentleman, that's the Hermit, standing alone and in his place here on earth, deeply connected with the mystical realm. He is actuating himself, and he understands the truth of his being and of that which he knows, Spirit says. Okay? So let's transition back. Let's look at the bottom row of cards. And I just want to show you February. Do you see who's standing on the last card on the bottom right? The beautiful goddess Bo-En. And here she is in March, starting your human journey. There is a very deep continuation. I know you feel it, Gemini, because I've learned by doing these readings how deep you travel. Spirit always talks about your travel being out into the sacred realm. You have a very unique way, a very unique energetic set point. And so your journey continues to flow. And the beautiful notion in the goddess Bo-En, the woman of art. I'm going to show you the card, okay? There she is. The woman of art holds abundance in her hand, and it is the abundance of your spiritual connection. There she is with the sun coming up behind her on a beautiful summer morning. She is highly activated and imbued with the energy of the sacred realm. She has a lot of wealth. Her name, actually, in the ancient days, her name meant cow wealth. And a wealthy person had land and had animals and the ability to have sustenance. All right, so Spirit's interrupted me talking about fertility. All right, fertile moment again. Like last month, let me toggle back. I show you the fertile moment in your aspect, in the place where you stood. Also a young woman, standing with the spirits and the knowledge in the place of the ancients. A fertile moment of development for you. That is why we see a beautiful young woman standing there. And so, again, this month, Bo-En is here on the first step of your human walk to continue the flow of this energy that is, okay, Spirit's still saying emerging and evolving. It's beautiful. There is a transformation that continues. I believe it's all of 2018. There's something about this, because of the way the cards show the flow of energy. It is from the spirit realm, the brilliance that comes into your mind. You're able to go the distance, Spirit says, into these places. Oh, it's wrong picture. So, standing right next to, Spirit says, given the notion of flow, we see the beautiful elopement. So the energy flows and it carries you again into a sacred type of flow that helps you connect and release. That is the beautiful elopement of skill. The story has to do with a sacred couple. They had to go through a transformation in order to be together. And when they were complete with that transformation, and actually, it was the feminine aspect in this story that had to transform. So there was a transformation going on. And I've been saying it, and I've been thinking about it. It's been coming through to me literally for 20 years. I've been feeling this rising. Now we're seeing it in the cards. So the feminine aspect of the yin-yang has been in transition. It begins to flow. I've been calling it the return of the goddess. Those are the words that I get when it comes into me. And I'm seeing it in the readings every place. It's not just you. So Spirit's now referencing the tapestry that was spoken about last year. So for you, okay, Spirit's telling me the Gaia energy within you is in the process of transforming, just like this woman transformed on her journey. I guess it's this way. Okay, so when she finished her transformation, she was able to bind herself together with the other half of her energy set point, all right, the male, in order to have the evolution and the constant cycle of the flow of energy that is meant to happen in order for all else to follow and be balanced. When that happened, this couple was able to embrace and they arose through the chimney. They were in a banquet hall. And when they arose through the chimney, they turned into swans and flew away. They were released, and they were mated for life. All right, swans mate for life. There's a lot of stuff online. I think I posted some of it on my channel about the sacred story that has to do with the passage tombs, the alignment of Newgrange and Fort Knox. Go and look. I'm pretty sure if it's not there, I'll put it there. Spirit's cueing me. This flow of energy, this evolving and emerging, you're now at the point where the constellation Cygnus that is aligned with the way the energy flows into and out of the passage tombs. I'm not going to get into Spirit's pushing me, but it's going to take too much time. Go look at those videos. All right. I believe there's a playlist on the channel. I do so many videos and readings. I'm sorry. In the moment, I can't remember. If you type in Google Cygnus, Newgrange, Fort Knox, you'll find the video I'm talking about. It's a really amazing alignment. So that's what Spirit's talking about. The coming of the swan, which is the constellation in the sky. That's what it is. Thank you, Spirit. That drives your energy forward, and therefore you're reading. So I guess it's very important that you go look at that. After I'm done recording this, I'll make sure it's there. Okay? It's a beautiful story. There's some astounding information. So I believe there's a playlist. I will add it to this month's playlist because Spirit is referencing it. Okay, so the next card. Look at that. Another beautiful woman. The flow of feminine energy. And this woman has been through her initiation. She has her amulet. She has her spear. She is a warrior. She is often the first one into the gap. That's the mythology about this woman. The woman of battle. A sacred feminine warrior. The winds of change blow through her hair. And she stands looking at her journey. Let me toggle back. Take a look at what she's doing. She is looking at the journey that she is on and the way in which the energy flows, because it is giving her information about where it is she is going. And the very next card, which is the bridge card, in the middle row on the left, the bridge card that takes the energy in your human walk and connects it to the development on the spiritual realm, creating the mirror from heaven to earth. That is the adventure of art. It's incredible that it's here. It's very connected. Look for a minute above to the spirit realm. The card in the center row on the top, that is the Queen of Art. You are going on an adventure into her realm. It's astounding to me the way these cards are coming out. I guess I always feel that way. So let me give you a look at the card. That is the triple spiral of shift and change and destiny. And the adventure of art is about a poet. Spirit's saying a poet laureate in our human language. That's what we would consider this person. Very important to the clan, to the tribe. A wisdom holder and a vibration. Okay, Spirit's saying a vibration manager, meaning through the vibration of the music, like the vibration that we were talking about last month that comes emitting from our brains, goes out from our, okay, Spirit's talking about your aura and the way in which you connect. So the thing I was saying last month, if you haven't seen last month's reading, go check it out. All right, so you're going to go on an adventure. He also, like the King of Battle from last month, he had to regain a part of himself, a very sacred part of himself, was stolen in a battle. Same story. You know, different particulars, Spirit says, but a very similar story. So he had to go and get it back. He had to go to the enemy encampment and sit there and chant and sing and recite the poetry, Spirit says, in order to enliven the instrument, cause it to begin to vibrate and float through the air under the cover of night back to him. And he was successful. So if you think about all the flow in this reading and the notation, your life is changing. in this way by virtue of the rise of the feminine energy and the flow of that in your life in order to enliven. Okay, Spirit's talking about participation, and there's another word that's trying to pop through. It has to do with solidifying the flow of the yin-yang energy. It's been all about that. If you've been following along, you know. For months, Spirit's been talking about that. This is why. So I love that it's a male figure. King of Battle is a male figure, all of whom had to recapture something in order to, okay, here's the message. In order to, I love it, spark the genesis of the return of the goddess. The male energy had to reform, had to renew itself, recapture, regain its sacred set point. And that is what's happening. So as these two energies evolve and rise back to, Spirit saying, presence here in this realm, this is the pathway that you take as a Gemini. And the purpose of that, of course, if you look at the top row, that is the lover of devotion. The beautiful lover of devotion is another major arcana card. Sacred feminine energy. Her destiny is at her heart chakra, and that is true for all of us, all signs. She had to choose her pathway. She had suitors, and she had to figure out to whom and to what she was going to devote herself. A sacred card. And we see the beautiful blackbird. That's about the mystical realm being present in her decision making. The full name of the card is the lover of devotion. So Spirit's talking about the devotion that you feel inside of yourself, the way it's swirling, the way it's rising, the way it is flowing into your human walk because of what is happening on the spiritual realm. And there, next to the lover of devotion, is the beautiful Queen of Art, sitting on a throne that is the triple spiral of the birth, life, death, rebirth cycle. She is a highly creative individual. She also is able to manifest, and she is very in tune with the fire of life, the passion. Her garment is blue and green. Okay, Spirit's talking to me about Boann. So, that's the reflection. Human connection. Okay, it's always backwards, sorry. Human connection, human walk, human experience, reflection in the spirit realm. Spirit's telling me there's no mistake about this. They are here together as a reflection of each other to help you understand what is happening in the totality of your being, right? Your human self and your spirit self. Spirit's saying, and just as a treat to solidify the message and to solidify all the things that I've been saying about the male and the female, the rise of those energies returning here to the earth, because we have been blessed with Pluto in the first house of Capricorn, creating upheaval, destroying forms. A lot of terrible things are happening. It's happening for a reason. It is because it is creating the opening. Okay, Spirit's talking about the schism. In order to cut off what has come before, so what is meant to arise will be able to appear and function. It's a destiny moment that we're all in. And sadly, because my life has been beset by all kinds of challenges, I didn't get to do a eclipse reading. I think it's going to happen. So I'm probably not until next week. You'll get a notice, okay? I'll set it up. I'm going to make it a public video. Most of my live stream videos are for the subscribers to the live stream. I think this one I'm going to make free for all. I encourage everybody to sign up for live stream. It's only $35 for a year. It's cheap. It's a way to support me. So next to the Queen of Art, we see the King of Art. And Spirit's talking about the sacred couple. All right, so let me show that to you. There he is. Look at that beautiful male energy. The King of Art, also highly activated at the heart chakra. I love that. There's a lot of passion in this card, a lot of male power. He also has his spear. The mythology of this card has to do with an ancient warrior, and that is what he's holding is the Spear of Lu. He has the ability also to travel back and forth to the mystical realm. His vision and his power is the ability to clear away obstacles in order to create the pathway going forward. So that's the male manifestation of the female energy. Where's the card that I was just talking about? Okay, there they are. The king and queen, they're both here. This is not a small moment. Spirit is urging me to urge you to understand the significance of the moment of March, because we are turning. Spirit's talking about the world is turning, literally the planet turning. Well, I'm in the northeast of the United States, so planet, the planet turning the season. And it is the season of your spiritual growth that is turning. That's why the cards are coming out. That's why the messages have been the way they've been. So if you're new and you don't know, these messages, my job is to transmit the messages that come through to me from Spirit in a way that is widely available. These messages build upon each other. You've been on a crazy, fantastic journey. If you haven't seen some of the videos from last year, Spirit's talking about from the summer forward, when you're sitting home and you're bored, check them out. And you'll understand more about this moment by referencing what the journey has been coming before. All right, so let's toggle back to the cards. When you look at the cards, make sure you look at the bottom corner on the right and the left and follow the energy upward to the corresponding corner on the top. And there's more messaging there. So let's do that for a sec before we talk about the outcome card. There's the beautiful bow on and the bottom left. And her energy flows into you in your central position in this reading, the counselor of truth, the moment in which you get to see and experience yourself. And the hermit, right? So out in a quiet place, in nature, alone with yourself, being able to understand yourself as a touch point for your spiritual being. And the beautiful King of Art, clearing away the obstacles in order for that flow of energy to happen. And on the bottom right, we have the gorgeous woman of battle. Same thing. She's looking at the journey, giving power, giving energy. And Spirit's talking about the sacred impulse that causes her to act. Her energy flowing through your being this month and carrying you into the notion and the energy of the lover of devotion. It is about being devoted to yourself and to the prospect that stands available to you in these days here on this planet. If we look at the center row, we see you are being sent on a journey. A very sacred, artful journey to regain something very important that has been lost. Just as the King of Battle had to do. And flowing into yourself as a result of that adventure. Again, each one of these things, Spirit's calling them clues. Clues about how it goes. That's what Spirit says. How it goes for you. Right? And then the Spirit theme. The beautiful dreamer. The double-headed dreamer of growth. It's phenomenal. And next to the dreamer of growth is the outcome card. It is a major arcana. So there are two major arcana cards standing together. Very closely aligned. That is the moon card in the traditional tarot. The vessel there is a mythical vessel able to carry you wherever you would like to go. So again, Spirit is referencing the full moon. The cycles of the moon are going to be very important in 2018. I'm going to do some exploring as soon as I get the readings done and I get ready to do the eclipse reading. I have a feeling we're going to talk about that because it's come out in every reading in some way. The notion of the full moon and the pull of the tides. And so for you, in your spiritual reality, Gemini, you are pulled by the universe. We've been talking about that since, my goodness, I think it was August when the reading came out on the eclipse and the Lionsgate portal. That's what Spirit's telling me. So, again, if you have time and you have an interest, go check it out. The beautiful imaginer of harmony sits next to the dreamer of growth. And that is the journey that you're on. And that is the way the energy is being queued up, if you will. This is the outcome for all this flow and shift and change for March. Look at that. Gemini, we both know how deep you dive into yourself and into the universe. And you're not in the boat. You're going in the direction you're meant to go. You've been liberated. Spirit's telling me to transition back. All right, hang on a sec. Look at February. Left-hand column, the mingler of energy, the liberator of devotion. That's amazing as a flow. And the beautiful elopement of knowledge when these things began to come into you as a result of your overall journey. And here you are, the imaginer of harmony and the dreamer of growth, with the lover of devotion on the left-hand column, the flow of that energy. So I'm going to wrap it up. I've vowed to keep these readings to 30 minutes, as close as I can, going forward, because they were getting really long the way I was doing it. So that's why I've changed it up. I hope you have a wonderful month. I'm going to leave you with the vision of the cards. I'm inviting everyone to feel free to add to the discussion thread that pops up below the video. Anything you experience, any dreams you have, any visions, keep a journal by your bed. When I see the dreamer of growth and the imaginer of harmony together in a reading like this, the spirit card standing next to the outcome card in this manner, again, I can only inform me that you are going really deep and you may have a lot of psychic travel. I'd be very curious to hear about that, and it helps all of us because many of us have amazing spirit seeing transformation, I was going to say experiences. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in April, and I wish you a wonderful month. Once again, it's going to be a fantastic journey. Spirit says, into yourself in the deepest way. Thank you, Gemini, for everything you're doing and for your love and support and continued ability and desire to be here for these messages.